In this lab, we're gonna redirect the JWT token based authorizing page to Keycloak server. So there will be a lot of settings for JWT tokens here. So first, I'll just fork this model to edit some code works and toppings. So I made this for my own project and go to code preview. When you move here, I can set the topping options. So I'll just select this one, Keycloak plus Spring Gateway, check it. And then as you see, this Keycloak folder has been created. And when you go to Gateway, and you can see security configuration file has been added. So I'll just push this codes to my GitHub account, create, and let me just change a bit about this name, create it. When the process is done, I'll open Gitpod IDE. You can ignore all these welcome pages and these notifications. And this work is setting up the libraries to run Kafka server. So let's just wait a bit. And when it gets done, we'll get access to the Keycloak server. So the Kafka server 9092 is running now. And let's open a terminal from Keycloak and let's run Keycloak by this command, docker compose up. We don't actually need to download the Keycloak server, but with this command we can run it very easily. And now the Keycloak server is running at 9090. So when the Keycloak server is up on 9090, we should make it public, because if it is not public mode, we cannot get access to the Keycloak server with gateway. When the process is done, I'll click this button here to get access to Keycloak server. And let's go into administration console here. And as you can see on the left, our access code is admin and admin. So I'll just put admin in both of username and password. Sign in. So this is your master realm of Keycloak server. And before the test, we'll just make the tokens to last longer. And if you can find access token lifespan, change it into 1 hour, not 1 minute, and save it. So it is done properly, and move on to general tab. And if you see the OpenID endpoint configuration, click it. And here are some massive settings, and we have to copy some values from here to bring it to the gateway over here. So when you look at the lab, it says we have to register 3 things: issuer, JWT URI, and auth client. First, I'll register the issuer by copying this one, issuer, right here. So I'll copy this link and place it on gateway application YML file. And here is issuer URI, so I'll replace it like this. And next one is JWT URI, so I'll just find it, JWT. Juke URI is here. So this is the link. So I'll copy it and put it on here, Juke set URI. And then our next step is registering a client on here. If we click clients here, then we can create another one. The name would be this one, so I'll copy it and put it here. And our client protocol would be OpenID Connect, and save it. So when you finished adding the client, copy this client ID and put it on here, application YML file from gateway. And there are some more information we should put in. So we have to make a client secret, which is a credential, the password for this client. So we have to put this access type into confidential, and we need a redirect URI. So for this URI, we need a gateway address from here. So open another terminal from gateway and run Spring Boot service by this one, Maven Spring Boot run. So Spring service is coming up, and when it gets done, here's the port number 8088. So I'll just copy this link and paste it here and put 8088 dash over here. And then our rule for this URI is putting in this one, login auth2 code, and our client ID, which is 12 small. So I'll copy this one and put it here and like this, then save it. Now it is successful, and I'll copy this one and put it in here, redirect URI here. And when you move on to credentials, here's the secret code, and I'll just put it here as well. So our next step is to register a user. So let's move on to Keycloak server and click users tab and add user. For the username, we are gonna use user@naver.com. And maybe it could be same for the email. And for the first name and last name, you can put anything like this, and then save it. When you save it, it's done, and we'll move on to credentials tab and turn off the temporary option and just put 1 1 like this for the password, and click set password button to save it. And then we just change some settings for our gateway. So I'll just kill this server for gateway and then run the Spring Boot again. And we also need to make a Spring server on for monolith and inventory. So we're gonna open the terminal in both folders, and also I will put in Maven Spring boot run command. I'll copy this to paste it on inventory as well. Run monolith service and then inventory service. And I think something's wrong in order.java file from monolith, so I'll move on to this one and I'll just kill this code so nothing happens for here, and then run again. And for the inventory, it says broker may not be available, so move on to Kafka terminal, and it said a timeout happened, so I'll kill this terminal and docker compose up one more time. Then the port number 9092 for Kafka server is running now, and then the inventory and monolith for 8081 and 8082 is coming up. And now let's get access to the gateway server. So I'll copy this URL and open a new tab, and the gateway server is up on 8088 server, so I'll put the port number 8088 dash in front of this URL and then enter. And then the white label error page comes out, but when you put orders at the end, the informations of the order service is coming out. And let's test one more time on the secret mode. And before that, I'll just copy this URL and open the secret mode and paste it on here and enter. And then it redirects to the Keycloak access page. So when I put in the user@naver.com and paste password number 1 as we set on the Keycloak settings and sign in, our order information comes out. So this is how the Keycloak works for the authorization of the microservices.